Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. And as you can see from the title of this video, Melody's dear friend, Jay Taylor, he has spoken. He has entered the chat concerning Kimmy's comments about alleged rumors regarding Melody's body. Can't even believe that this is a topic. Thanks, Kimmy. Obviously, Kimmy and Maurice did some pre-producing of their own. They had a family meeting before they filmed the reunion for the show. And Kimmy said some crazy things. And Jay Taylor has his dear friend Melody Shari's back, as well as amazing blogger Bondi Blue. So before we get into it all, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. Everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion, and the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on this soundbite is allowed. So you all know what Kimmy has said. I don't know if we're going to see it during part one of the reunion. We know that it is a three-part reunion, but Jay Taylor has spoken up for Melody. So before we get into what he said on Instagram, let's go ahead and check out this clip.
Whenever I brought up the lips, it was because it was a topic of conversation all over social media after the arrest. It was a big topic of conversation. So I asked, and I'm not saying it wasn't made up. I asked the question. I asked questions. That's different. I asked questions about topics that are big in the media at the moment.
That's what is popular on social media.
And that's
that was a whole popular social media about whatever you did to your ass. And we didn't sit down every day and talk about whatever bad butt job you got. Nobody talked about that. You said something about me touching Martell. You need to come to meetings with me and Martell. And I sat there and I'm like, all right, bitch, I got you. You know I don't want to touch that man.
It wasn't really that deep for me, Kimmy. It was a key moment. Whenever I brought up the lips, it was because it was a topic of conversation all over social media after the arrest. It was a big topic of conversation. So I asked, and I'm not saying it wasn't made up. I asked the question. I asked questions. That's different. I asked questions about topics that are big in the media at the moment.
That's what is popular on social media.
And that's
that was a whole popular social media about whatever you did to your ass. And we didn't sit down every day and talk about whatever bad butt job you got. Nobody talked about that. You said something about me touching Martell. You need to come to meetings with me and Martell. And I sat there and I'm like, all right, bitch, I got you. You know I don't want to touch that man.
It wasn't really that deep for me, Kimmy. It was a key moment. Whenever I brought up the lips, it was because it was a topic of conversation.
Okay, so I played it twice for you guys. You could hear it. And I know that you've seen this clip all over your favorite YouTubers' channels. Also, of course, you can go on Instagram and it's on multiple blogs. I saw Jay Taylor's comments under the Love and Marriage Huntsville Instagram page. This clip is also on OWN's Instagram page as well as OWN Keep It Real. It's also under the Bravo Shade Room. It's on lots of different blogs pages at this point. Now, I don't know about you, but I know on the channels and Facebook groups, when I do, I don't really go into the Facebook groups often, really hardly ever. But I am in the pro-Melody area, the pro-Melody neighborhood, the pro-Melody subdivision, the pro-Melody township. And over here, no one is body shaming her or saying that she's gotten plastic surgery. I've never heard that chatter in any of the YouTube channels where I frequent. I'm in the bushes or I'm chatting in the live comment. Live chat, we never talk like that. So wherever Kimmy heard that, she's obviously canvassing the area of anti-Melody groups for her to even hear that. And I think that this is a reflection of women who do not like Melody, and in their minds, they are trying to figure out how a woman who's almost 40 years old, who has given birth to not 1, 2, 3, but 4 children, can still be slender, sexy, and have some titties and a booty. They are trying to figure out on what planet is that possible. But it is definitely possible. Let's look. First of all, in terms of her having boobs and a butt, Melody does eat. If you follow her on Instagram, every other day she is posting lots of food. She has her favorite caterer down there, honey. And I recognize that logo when she makes her Instagram reels. And her family, they are meat eaters, and they also get their vegetables and they get their carbohydrates, their rice or whatever it's going to be, and they get their like lemon chicken. And she definitely loves food. Even when Dr. Shanita used to go live on Instagram after the girls trips episodes were airing, Dr. Shanita said all Melody and Lauren do is eat. So she's definitely eating to get that booty, like Sir Mix-a-Lot rapped about. Red beans and rice didn't miss her. That applies to Melody for sure. Another thing that I want to point out for people who are trying to figure out her body, she also works out. She shares that on Instagram as well. Her trainer, we see her all the time, and she has an entire gym in her house. We saw it, the episode for this current season where we saw Melody's in-home gym. Kimmy came over, they did a workout, and Kimmy asked her then about Maurice's DUI. So it's definitely possible for her to be slender and to have a booty on her. And I want to also say that when it comes to the exercise, if you do squats and lunges, you're going to have that round booty. You're going to have a round booty. And when we see Melody, a lot of times she's in leggings. I feel like leggings were made for the Black woman's body. The leggings is just going to accentuate your curves and your behind. And the high waist leggings are going to give you a slim waistline, and you're going to have your hips and then your butt. And I feel like her leggings just really amplifies Melody's shape. But I really think it's the negative anti-Melody people. They're trying to figure out her physique because they know she's almost 40. She's given birth 4 times. And so they're like, well, how can she be both so slim and have boobs and a booty? Because she eats and she works out. And she's still young. She's almost 40. That's not elderly. That's not old enough to draw Social Security. You know, she's not retired. So that's why her body the way that it is, y'all. But it doesn't even have to be surgery. This kind of reminds me of the last reunion for the Real Housewives of Atlanta when Drew Sidora accused Sheree not just having plastic surgery, but it was butt shots, butt injection. She was very specific. She did not say just plastic surgery in general. She said butt injections. And Sheree said, you crazy. As much as I work out, this is due to squats, not shots. I remember Sheree saying that to Drew Sidora. And again, in that moment, and you know what? I have no issues with Drew. You know, I think she's cool. I think she's gone through a lot with her husband, Ralph. But in that moment, she reminded me of the anti-Melody people. She was trying to figure out, how is this lady who is older than me, more than 10 years, she's probably about close to 15 years older than Drew, and she has 3 kids. And I think Drew is trying to figure out, how does Sheree have this body that she has? Sheree eats, and we all know that Sheree works out all the time. Sheree is one of those humans whom I can tell she really, really enjoys working out. And I feel like she doesn't see her calling right in front of her. It's very, very obvious that Sheree, it's one thing if she doesn't want to deal with people and she doesn't want to be a fitness trainer. But I've said for a while that She by Sheree should totally be like a fitness line. That's pretty obvious. But she wants it to be fashion. You know, the fashion show without the fashions. But whatever, That is not the topic of this video. But I wanted to give that example that some women, they'll try to calculate in their minds, they'll try to reconcile how a woman can be as beautiful as she is, or well, she must be surgically enhanced. And when Drew said specifically the butt, Sheree was like, you crazy. Now, Sheree has admitted to getting breast implants, but the booty, that's clearly from working out. And squats and lunges are going to give you a booty. There's also, if you do the good mornings, you're going to get a booty. And when you look back at those old seasons, Melody had that booty for real, especially when she would wear the pencil skirts, the fitted tight skirts. That was definitely showing her curves, and she got some hips on her as well. So I don't know why, people are acting brand new, but whatever. Now let's get into what Jay said. So Jay says, Kimmy literally spoke about Mel in every scene. The bad butt job did not land because Melody hasn't had any work done. Lots of people responded back to Jay. Some were saying, oh, she absolutely has had work done. Like, okay. Then there were people who were replying to them saying, are you seriously arguing with someone who is a friend of Melody and sees her in person, who's saying she hasn't had any work done? And the answer to that, y'all, was yes. There were people on the Love and Marriage Huntsville Instagram page responding to Jay Taylor, telling him that his friend has had work done. But Jay has cleared it up, saying that Melody has not had any work done. And I want to say kudos. I know that this is just a clip and we have to see the full episode. But from what I could see, kudos to Melody. She didn't even blow up on Kimmy for saying such a crazy thing. Like, oh my gosh, that is not true. Even when it's been said to like Kenya Moore on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, she denies getting a butt job, but she kind of blew up about it. Melody remained calm. She remained focused. And then she told Kimmy, the lipstick thing was just like a kiki. It wasn't that deep to me, Kimmy. And yeah, Kimmy, you're the one who has to be married to him. Melody doesn't care. You all are on a reality TV show. Even more, Kimmy, nobody gets on you for being the bone collector, the great value version of Sheree Whitfield when she's the bone collector on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Nobody says anything to you about that, Kimmy. So when Melody does some producing and does her role on a reality TV show, you blow up and you talk about her physique. Okay, girl, I know that your man put you up to it and you have to prove your love like that man in the 5 Heartbeats. But let's move right along. So Bondi Blue also commented. I know you all are familiar with her. Her channel is amazing. Bondi Blue is hilarious. She sings, she's gorgeous. And so she said, if it wasn't true, why are you this mad, Kimmy? I don't ever remember Mel coming at Kimmy like this, even when Kimmy wanted Mel to know she did not agree with her name change. And there were people, disagreeing with Bondi, saying, that Mel came for Kimmy's husband and that's why she's so mad. But Jay Taylor also responded to Bondi Blue and said, that's what I want to know. And really, it is because Melody she questioned Maurice, his actions, and she let him know that she was disappointed. And she came to Maurice instead of Kimmy. Now, did she pose the question to Tisha? Yes, she did, but they're filming for a reality TV show. And Melody is smart. She knew that Tisha was going to run it back around to Kimmy to produce a reaction in Kimmy. Melody can handle all of this. And once it was down to the scene with her and Kimmy, she didn't want to go there on what she has said was a key, the lipstick on his lips. She didn't want to make it a serious moment where she talked about whether or not Maurice has cheated on Kimmy, where I think Kimmy was just like really out of pocket on her own marriage. When you had that sit down with Melody, why didn't you declare my husband has never cheated on me? She didn't even say that night he didn't cheat on me. She said to Melody on camera, "Do you have proof?" And I find that to be very telling versus just making that declaration. I don't know why you would say that was red lipstick because Maurice has never cheated on me. But she didn't do that. She asked for proof, which I think is really, really weird. But what do you all think about Kimmy's words? I imagine we will definitely be circling back to this when the actual episode airs where Kimmy says that. And I also think that definitely, Maurice told her that she has to really come for Melody because Melody held his feet to the fire over the DUI. And Kimmy did what she was supposed to do for Maurice. Yikes. But I feel like it's a greater reflection of the Kimmy that we met season 1. She just seems to be vanished, and she didn't even leave slippers behind or a scarf, nothing. And then we have this shell of a Kimmy. So I just hope she can survive somehow. But I thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please hit the like button on this video as it is a free way of supporting the channel. And please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit if you have not already done so. I hope that you all had a terrific Tuesday. I did. I cannot complain. After I logged out of work, I immediately put on my sweats and I went to the gym. And then I went to Panera. I like the Mediterranean veggie sandwich with some soup. And then I got 2 apples, for the sides. And I was watching a show called Street Legal on Tubi as I ate my dinner. And then I prepared to make this video. So I have had a great evening. I definitely cannot complain. And we are all going to have a wonderful Wednesday. We are already at the middle of the week. And oh my gosh, January is coming to a close. I hope that you've had a safe and pleasant January. I hope you haven't had too many challenges. If you did, I don't want you to think that this is setting the tone for the year. You're still going to have an awesome 2025 that is filled with success and meeting goals and great health and love, and including your self-love. So you just get through the challenges, you try your best each day, and you're an awesome day tomorrow. And when I say this to you all, I'm trying to encourage you. And at the same time, I'm encouraging myself. And so I will talk with you all soon. Bye.